Remember that.
So I heard you want to rent an apartment, kid. Well, you see, there's a couple things you got to do. First, you got to check it out. See what the dealio is. You got to go in there, move some stuff around, see what's up. Then you got to talk to the landlord. Now, no, the landlord doesn't necessarily have to rent to you. All right?
Does my landlord have to rent to me?
Nah, the landlord doesn't necessarily have to rent to you.
This is my... Oh. Can I do that for one of the questions? Just run away.
No, that's in the movie now. Hey, Corey.
Yeah?
Can my landlord discriminate against me?
No.
Hey, Corey, what's a lease?
A lease is what you do when you rent something. It's like a piece of paper that you fill out, and then once you fill it out, then it's like a contract.
But Walter, does it have to be written?
Nah, not really. It's not a big deal.
Corey. Corey.
Hey.
Walter. Cheng.
Hey.
Zeb. Corey.
Hi.
Walter, what are the advantages of having a written lease? Corey, what are the advantages? Cheng.
Up. Your landlord can't change the rules on you until the leash is over.
What else? Zeb, what are the advantages of having a written lease?
Your landlord can't change the rules, he can't kick you out until your lease is over, and he can't change the price of your rent.
I mean, yeah, right? I mean, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
pop quiz. Zeb,
Yeah.
are utilities included, Walter?
You gotta check your lease first to be sure.
You got that right. What's a security deposit, Zeb?
Security deposit is a payment that the tenant pays to the landlord. It's about equal to a month of rent, and and if the tenant moves out, it must be returned to the tenant.
Cheng, nice shoes.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, Walter.
Hold up.
What's the question again?
Yeah.
What's the question?
What about
When can a landlord enter my apartment is the question.
landlord can only enter your apartments to do some repairs, like if your heater is broken and needs to fix it.
Hey, Zeb. Say I'm living with some friends and they move out. Do I have to pay the whole rent or not?
You do have to pay the whole rent unless the landlord rented you guys individually.
Hey, Zeb, nice shoes.
Thank you.
Hey, Zeb, nice face. Hey, Corey.
Hey.
Answer the question in a full sentence.
Alright, so it really depends on your lease.
What's the question,
If you have
Walter?
a different... Okay.
What's the question? Guys, seriously, what's the question?
Something about
How much notice do I
Yeah.
have to give if I want to move out?
It really depends on your lease, and if you have a term, your lease will still tell you. That doesn't really matter that much.
Ask Corey what happens if I violate my lease.
what happened, dude.
If you violate your lease, your landlord could file an eviction order, depending on what you do.
You look like you've been evicted a couple of times.
I have.
What's an eviction notice?
An eviction notice is a lawsuit against you that the landowner files, and the court will ask the sheriff to basically just go and kick you out of your house, and then you'll be given a court date, and then you're homeless.
No.
No?
No.
Can a landlord ever kick me out of... Wait.
No.
Hey, Cheng, can my landlord lock me out of my apartment?
No.
What's that, Zeb?
They can lock you out if they have an eviction notice, but they can never physically remove you. They need to call the cops for that.
Pop quiz.
Yeah.
What can you do if a landlord refuses to make repairs?
Well, first, you should go to your local housing inspector, and he can look it over, and if he didn't like what he sees, then you can go to court and make the court force the landlord to pay. Some people also withhold their rent, but you always need to have that rent at any time, basically, so don't spend it. Because if you go to court, you need to prove that you actually have the rent. Otherwise, you're just not paying.
What's up, Fair?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
That's good. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I just turned 18 and my parents want me to pay rent. Do I have to?
Well, Samson?
Yeah, if you're over 18, your parents can make you pay rent and pay for food and stuff. So yeah.
How about that?
Or you have to record all minimum laws. Fun fact. They have to take a video of each law.
We're still going, Zeb.
and
Answer the question.
And what they do is they just look at the bill. And they take.
Zeb, what are your rights and responsibilities as an employee?
Oh, that's a good question. As an employee, you have to follow any agreement that you and the employer agree to, but also the employer has to follow at least the minimum requirements for all state laws, and they also have to pay minimum wage. And in Minnesota, they can't discriminate against like race or gender or class or anything like that.
Oh God! Did you get that one?
Broham? So, if I think I'm being discriminated against, what can I do?
That's a good question. Well, talk to a lawyer because they can help you figure that out. And
Better call Saul.
Better call Saul, yeah.
What's a union?
Let's talk to our union representative right here. Zip.
Oh, hey.
Zeb.
A union is a group of workers, essentially, and they make sure that all rules in the workplace are followed, and they just make it so that work is fair for all employees, and they can help change state laws. Unions are pretty powerful.
Nice.
So Samson, I was wondering, what information am I allowed to keep private from my employer?
It's a good question, Walter. When you're interviewed, you can keep your age, race, sex, sexual orientation, and religion, or your involvement in any organization private. And you don't have to tell your employer about any disability that you might have.
Do I have to take drug tests and alcohol tests to be employed for anything?
Yeah.
Smell like straight weed in this hallway.
Yeah. So, hey Corey, stop taking a drink. I need to ask you something.
Yeah?
Alright, so if my boss doesn't keep his or her promises and lies to me and makes me feel bad, what can I do?
Yeah. Well, first thing you should do is just talk to him. Tell him that you think you've been treated unfairly. After that, you might be able to even go to your boss's superior. Go over his head. Take care of this problem at the source.
Walter,
What? So, hey.
what's the question?
We have a couple of them here, but the question for the day is, can I be fired if I don't want to work late, or I don't want to work overtime, or have a different job than I was hired for?
Yeah. Hey Zeb, what happens if I quit or get fired between paydays?
Yee.
Different laws may apply, but if you quit, then Minnesota law requires that the employer pays you in full for all the time you worked.
I just got a big old check for $5 trillion. Can my parents take that from me?
Yes,
No, not if you're.
Tell me more,
over,
Zeb.
Not if you're over 18.
If you're over 18, they can't, but like, if you're, can you be quiet? If you're under 18, they can take it, unless you're emancipated by Abraham Lincoln.
Corey. Wait. Does Abraham Lincoln personally have to emancipate you?
No.
You